The Avengers plane is approaching the borders of Latveria. The Falcon reports that flashes of Asgardian energy are recorded there. A rocket hits the plane, and it begins to fall. Thor, getting out, tries to soften the fall. The Avengers see that EMAY agents are attacking the castle, Attuma. The Hulk jumps out of the plane and lands at the castle. An Avengers plane crashes in front of the gate. An Asgardian destroyer comes out of the castle gate. He shoots the Hulk and throws him away. Thor calls the Rainbow Bridge and disappears. The captain believes that Thor went for help. The Avengers understand that the destroyer is controlled by Dr. Doom and rush to attack. Doom throws the heroes. He throws the Hulk and breaks through the castle wall with them. Doom attacks Iron Man, but the captain protects him. Tony turns on the warning system so that the inhabitants of Latveria can escape away from the battle. The Avengers retreat to Doom Castle. Tony activates the castle defense systems, but it will only delay the destroyer. Thor returns to the castle. He brings his brother Loki to help. Doom breaks into the castle, but Loki protects the Avengers from attack. A huge slab falls from the ceiling and drives the destroyer into the floor, punching through the floors. Loki says that Doom controls the destroyer remotely, and in a few hours Doom's soul will be destroyed. Thor, Loki, the captain, and the Falcon go to the troll domain to find Doom. The rest of the Avengers stay in the castle to restrain the destroyer. Thor and the others are surrounded by trolls. Loki escapes. The Avengers are trying to stop the destroyer in the castle. Loki returns to Thor and the others and shows the secret door to the Avengers. Dr. Doom is sitting on the throne inside the hall. In order to break the connection with the destroyer, you need to knock the crown off his head. But Doom protects the snakes of Midgard. Thor rushes at the snake. Loki, he brought Thor here on purpose so that he would die. The destroyer throws Stark and the others out of the castle. Natasha says that Doom has always defended his country and people. Tony suggests a new strategy. The Avengers attack the destroyer and immediately retreat. The destroyer grabs Iron Man. Tony tells Doom that he is destroying his country and his people. Doom's soul leaves the destroyer and the armor falls to the ground. Doom wakes up in the troll lair. Thor and Loki fight the serpent and defeat him. The Falcon and the captain rush at Doom and knock the crown off his head. The crown falls into lava. Loki opens a portal and the Avengers return to Latveria. Thor offers Loki to return with him. Doom returns to his castle and sees all the destruction. Stark offers help in rebuilding countries, but Doom rejects his help. Loki sits on the throne of the trolls. He wants to control the destroyer and kill Thor. Stark and the others see that the destroyer is beginning to recover. Tony asks the Hulk to throw the destroyer's armor to the moon. The Hulk happily fulfills the request. Thor flies away from the trolls' lair, leaving Loki to deal with their army. Black Widow and Nick Fury are fighting MODOK soldiers in a warehouse in Istanbul. Fury stole a flash drive from the warehouse with data on MODOK's work with gamma rays. Fury believes that there is information about weapons against the Hulk. At this time, in the Avengers Tower, Hal and Hawkeye are playing computer games. The Hulk loses and breaks the gamepad. Irritated, he leaves. The Hulk finds Barton's arrows and breaks them. Stark asks the Green Giant to help him repair a flying motorcycle. You need to push the car a little, but the Hulk does not calculate the force, just throws the car off the tower. The Hulk jumps off the tower and hides on the city roofs. Two unknown people are watching him. Natasha and Nick get out of the warehouse. Natasha agrees to help Nick and develop a plan to neutralize the Hulk in case of a threat. She flies out of Istanbul in her car. The Hulk is attacked by the Scarlet Wrestler brothers, who have become intergalactic criminals. They beat the Hulk, but the Avengers come to his aid. The Scarlet brothers put some kind of device on the Hulk's back and try to hide, but Iron Man and the others are chasing them. Hal also rushes in pursuit. Stark asks him to stop, but the Green One does not obey. Stark shoots lasers and stops the Hulk. The giant falls. Tony scans the device. It's a bioreactor that is fueled by the Hulk. Green gas comes out of the reactor. The Falcon creates a funnel to disperse it. Hawkeye notices a car falling on people and pushes them away. The car presses Clint. The Falcon returns to the others. Barton throws the car. He turned into a Hulk after inhaling green gas. Red Skull and Modok are talking on a submarine. The Skull took away Modok's development, a gene modifier, so that the Scarlet Brothers would use it against the Avengers. Black Widow arrives at the Avengers Tower. She asks Jarvis to open the door, but Stark answers her via video link. Tony says that all the Avengers have turned a little green. Biological weapons were used against them. Tony conducts tests. Natasha wants to enter, but Stark says that they are contagious and the tower is closed until he finds a cure. Natasha is preparing to enter the tower. She puts on a protective suit so as not to get infected. In the tower, the Hulk tries to teach his friends to live with new powers. He tries to calm Barton, explains to the Falcon how to distribute power so as not to destroy everything around, tells the Captain that now his body needs much more food. Thor believes that he has become a monster and destroys walls. Natasha enters the tower through the ventilation. She finds Stark in the laboratory. Tony cannot think straight. Jarvis reports that the Avengers are infected with the Gamma virus. If they are not cured, they will soon die. Tony mutates. His armor is spreading, and he finally turns into a green monster. Stark rushes at Natasha. The Hulk tries to calm down the rest of the team, but he fails. A scuffle begins. Stark bursts through the door and the Avengers are going to attack Natasha. The Hulk saves her. Together they break through the ceiling and end up on the roof. Fury contacts Natasha and asks how things are progressing with the neutralization of the Hulk. The Hulk hears all this and escapes. Natasha follows him. The Widow finds the Hulk in the mountains. In a hiding place he finds gloves that Banner created. If you direct their energy to the Avengers, it neutralizes the virus. For the Hulk himself, these gloves are deadly. The Widow and the Hulk return to the Avengers Tower. They want to take their friends out of the tower one by one and treat them, but the infected heroes break out of the tower and jump on Natasha's car. The car falls on one of the roofs. The Widow loses her gloves. She is attacked by Falcon and Barton. The Hulk saves her. He fights with Barton and holds while Natasha is using gloves. Clint comes to his senses, but the rest of the Avengers jump on the roof. Hulk throws Natasha into the ocean, and he fights with the rest of the Avengers on the streets. Natasha returns and manages to heal the Falcon and the Captain. Only Stark and Thor remain. Hulk sets Thor on Stark and Thor sends Tony to the Earth. Natasha heals Stark. The Hulk fights with Thor. He throws a truck at him. The God of Thunder lies motionless and the Widow uses gloves, returning him to his former appearance. The Skull is disappointed with the outcome of the operation. The streets of the city are being cleared of destruction. Fury asks the Widow how she managed to neutralize the Hulk, but Natasha is not going to reveal the secret to Fury. She also says that the flash drive with MODOK developments has also been destroyed. The Hulk offers Natasha to let her down. The Widow climbs onto his shoulders and they soar into the sky together. The Falcon calls the Avengers to the crime scene. The Wreckers gang smash up the city. The Falcon takes people off the streets so they don't get hurt. Iron Man and the rest of the heroes get into a fight and deal with the criminals. The Wreckers are locked in an armored police car. The crowd cheers and welcomes the Avengers, but no one pays attention to the Falcon. Sam is a little upset. The Captain says that the Avengers don't care about recognition. The main thing is good deeds. A green man with a camera appears in front of the Avengers. He calls the Falcon the hero of his show. The door of the armored car turns into a curtain and the bandits jump out to freedom, ready for a new battle with the Avengers. The Wreckers rush at the Falcon. He fights the bandits alone. The rest of the heroes rush to help, but the green man locks them in a huge cage. Neither Hulk nor Thor can break this cage. Stark scans the green man. It turns out that this is an alien nicknamed the Impossible Man. The danger level is maximum. The Impossible Man films the Falcon's fight with the Crushers on camera. The Hulk kicks the ground and the shock wave knocks the Impossible Man off his feet. The cage around the Avengers disappears. The heroes attack the alien, but he evades their attacks. Finally, the Hulk manages to grab the alien. During this time, the Falcon manages to defeat all the Crushers and lock them back in a police armored car. The Captain and Stark praise the Falcon for his excellent work. The Hulk smashes the camera of an Impossible Man. He screams with anger. The Avengers bring an Impossible Man to their tower and interrogate him. He says that soon the Earth will be attacked by aliens. Suddenly the Impossible Man disappears and appears on the screen behind the Avengers. He shows how Attuma appears from the sea. Attuma breaks through the wall of the tower and attacks the Avengers. The heroes break through the wall and fly into the living room. A fight ensues. The Impossible Man, he doesn't let the Falcon join his friends. He pulls him into a sitcom and turns on off-screen laughter while the Avengers are fighting with Attuma on the roof of the tower. Thor throws his hammer to Attuma. He catches him and falls down several floors. Attuma falls in the room where Sam and the Impossible Man are. Attuma is attacked by Captain America. The Falcon, it turns out to be in the director's room. An Impossible Man is watching the screens. He calls more and more monsters. The Avengers are attacked by the Asgardian serpent, a troll. Wendigo appears in the Hawkeye closet. Sam demands to stop this madness. The Impossible Man calls off all monsters. The Avengers talk to the Impossible Man. He says that if Sam can't cope with these monsters, how he will stop the horde of aliens. The Falcon is outraged that for the sake of the film, an Incredible Man is ready to destroy an entire planet, but the Impossible says that he is not so crazy. Stark understands that the aliens are flying for the Impossible Man. A portal opens above the Avengers Tower and a horde of Chitauri appears in the sky. An Impossible Man shoots what is happening on camera. He starts shooting. The Avengers start a fight with the aliens. They destroy the Chitauri one by one. Captain America says that there are few aliens. This is not an army, but a reconnaissance squad that came for the Impossible Man. Iron Man destroys the last two Chitauri and sees that new enemies appear from the portal. The Falcon tells the Impossible Man that the hero of the film is not him, but the Impossible Man himself. The Falcon appoints the Impossible Man as an Avenger. The Falcon picks up the camera and explains his role to the Impossible Man. He turns into a rocket. Thor pulls the remaining Chitauri into the portal. The Falcon, Stark, and Hulk throw the Impossible Man into the portal. An explosion thunders and the portal is closing. The police thank the Falcon and the Avengers. Suddenly the Impossible Man appears again. He takes his camera and says that he is preparing a sequel script.